studio. And on the BT couch is Liz Weiner from Wise Women Montreal. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Father's Day right around the corner, guys, and we've been talking about this for most of the week. We will for the rest of it as well. Our fathers and the relationship between a daughter and her father. It is so important. There is so much impact that a father will have on their daughter. Why is that relationship so special?
Well, it's super special because, first of all, it's less conflictual than a mother-daughter relationship. There's a gentleness that you often don't see with a mother and a daughter. And maybe it's because of hormones and all that kind of tension that goes on in the house. So a father's often a safe place, a comforting place. And there's also that biological need for a father to protect. And you often see that in the relationship with the daughter.
Well, that's right. We were just talking about this with Joanne as well. And she said, for a girl, it is the first man that she will ever love. It is her father, right? And I remember I have an older sister, and as kids, I was mama's boy. My sister was daddy's girl, of course. So communication seems to be one of the very important points in that relationship.
Absolutely, and I think it has to start from the very beginning. A father has to spend time with his baby daughter. We have to remember that spending time is the foundation of communication, and anything you do with your daughter helps establish that bond. So do fun stuff with her. Don't be bound by stereotypes. So go for bike rides, play golf with her. I mean, the teacher had to change a tire. I personally never learned how to do that, but why not?
Sure.
All of those things help establish that bond. And girls love to talk, right? Girls love to talk. So listen and establish rituals. I just wrote about a blog about a tradition that I had with my father from very young. We used to go on these walks at nighttime. As soon as it got dark, we'd head out for walks, and that's a tradition that lasted for years into adulthood.
Okay, so another thing, and I know for a lot of fathers out there with daughters, I have friends that have daughters sort of getting into their teenagers. The thought of a father having a daughter with a boyfriend or those relationships. So how can the father sort of initiate this phase of their life and make it so, you know, that's another important part because they're going to make choices later on in life. So how do they get into that part of the relationship?
Well, we have to remember that a father-daughter, that's the first man in a daughter's life, and that relationship imprints on a girl so strongly. That's sort of the filter through which she proceeds through all future relationships. So treat her with respect, treat her with love. Whether or not you're married to her mother, treat her mother with respect and love, because you're setting her expectations high for the man that she'll be with in her future relationships.
And be a role model, be an example.
Absolutely, be that example, and allow her expectations to be high. You want her to have the best. So be the best father you can be, and then she'll be set up with those high expectations.
Well, Liz Weiner, thank you so much for coming in today and tell us about this. And before we go to break, I believe there is something you want to tell your husband, who is a father of, how many daughters do you have?
I have 3 children, 2 daughters and a son.
I believe there's something you wanted to tell him.
I do. I wanted to say Happy Father's Day, Lee. You are the best father I know, and I love you very much.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break. Father's Day is coming up, so pay attention to all of those details, all you fathers out there with beautiful daughters. We'll be right back after a short break right here on Breakfast Television, guys, only on City.